And welcome, fans, to our final installment here today. This is the Nightmare World Cup, episode 8. We find out who is the eighth man to move on to the Nightmare World Cup and who will be in the Elite Eight in the finals. We already figured out who 7 of those men are going to the finals. Now, we just have to have one more man to join them. And here tonight, these, as you can see, are our final 8 men to join the 64-man tournament. Here we go. It'll be Brian Knight, Sweet Lips, Husky Covington, and Draven Castle, newcomer here with us to the Land of the Nightmare. Also, we have Chris Kazarian and Mike YZ going to fight it out under Kazarian rules here tonight inside the Nightmare World Cup. And then we also have Alistar and Rage, 2 super heavyweights all throughout the history of NCW who have never met before, and now they meet right here tonight. So here we go. Without any further ado, let's get the tournament, or this bracket of the tournament, the last bracket we need, get it kicked off here tonight. And now, here we go. The Nightmare World Cup. For the Nightmare World Cup, excuse me. Brian Knight going after Sweet Lips. Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox, of course, everybody knows he's the Canadian porn star extraordinaire fighting Brian Knight here tonight. Hold on. My dog's got a bottle and he's really fucking loud with it. Okay, sorry about that. I've returned. Anyways, like I was saying, Brian Knight going one-on-one with Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox here tonight. Brian Knight has actually won a couple various championships here with us in Nightmare Championship Wrestling, including the Battle Royal Championship as well as one half of the tag team titles. And now, here tonight, Brian Knight looks to try it once again live here tonight for episode 8 of Nightmare World Cup. It is live here from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And now, here comes the first man to get this part started out. A man who a lot of people believed is a favorite to win the entire thing. Here we go. We shall find out how he fares. Making his way down to the ring, hailing from Mexico City, Mexico, he is the Phoenix, Brian Knight. Now, Brian Knight, of course, member of the Syndicate. We have seen him in the Syndicate in the past. We've seen him as the tag team champions. And now, here tonight, Brian Knight looking to see how he fares in singles competition as he takes on his opponent right here tonight, Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox. Who knows what will happen come the draft? Who knows who will be drafted where? We will find out. And now, his opponent making his way down to the ring. Here he is, the one and only Sweet Lips, Willie Wilcox. Willie Wilcox now hailing from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He is a Canadian porn star extraordinaire. Looks at his call wrestling job as a side gig. Nonetheless, Sweet Lips might want to take it seriously here tonight as he's taking on Brian Knight. And in the past, we've seen Brian Knight do fairly well in singles competition. And now here tonight, we're going to see how they fare against each other in one-on-one competition in the Nightmare World Cup Episode 8. Here we go. The first matchup of the opening round in Bracket 8. And look at that. The Phoenix Brian Knight overpowering his opponent here and sticking it to Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox. And a beautiful inverted pump handle driver there by the Phoenix Brian Knight. And he is in control here of Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox early. Brian Knight now throws him into the ropes. Look out. Beautiful face plant there by Brian Knight, putting down Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox. And the Phoenix goes down there to Sweet Lips. Sweet Lips now in control here of Brian Knight. Throws him into the ropes, and look out, a big time decapitating head kick there. Beautiful big boot by Brian Knight. Sweet Lips in control, went to the second rope, elects to step it down here and bring it back down to the mat. Beautiful. Scoop slam, that of a variation, looked like a Michinoku driver here tonight in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Looking like the hometown hero wants to walk away the victor here tonight. In Canada, can he walk away with the victory, defeating Mexico's own, the Phoenix Brian Knight? And Brian Knight in a bad way, eating multiple shots to the gut there before getting thrown over the shoulders. And look at this, Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox, the hometown hero, trying to get the crowd behind him, but Brian Knight gets sent to the outside. Down he goes after that clothesline there by Sweet Lips. Sweet Lips now in full control and looking to pick apart the Phoenix Brian Knight here on the outside. Brian Knight not looking so hot here. Member of the Syndicate. We've already seen one member of the Syndicate make it to the finals. Can Brian Knight do just as his partner did, Chris Hardcore, and make it all the way to the finals as well? Here we go, multiple shots on the outside while senior referee Jeff Bobcat calling for both men. At a 7 count here, and Sweet Lips with the reversal here. Jeff Bobcat watching both men as they make it back into the ring here, a rear waist lock, and he finds back elbows waiting for him. Brian Knight went for some sort of maneuver there, but instead gets reversed and thrown into the corner by Sweet Lips. Oh, and a big time back elbow there, crashing into the Phoenix Brian Knight as he goes down. Sweet Lips now trying to find his moment. Instead, only getting kicked in the gut, taking too much time and getting hit with the Silent Night by Brian Knight there. Going for the pin. 1, 2, and has to get a shoulder up as his fingertips were merely inches away from the ropes. Could have got a rope break if he was a little closer, but he couldn't extend to get it. Instead, having to get a shoulder up and power out of that pinfall, but now in a bad way here as the Phoenix Brian Knight has him up on the shoulders. Look out, F10 from the ashes. Nails him out of nowhere with that maneuver there. Going for the pin. 1, 2, and no. Sweet Lips saving his skin once again, staying in this matchup with another shoulder up and a long 2. Brian Knight hits the ropes, going for that switch-legged knee drop there. A patented maneuver of Brian Knight, and he is in complete control here of Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox. Now, looking to show off his strength here. Got him up and puts him down with a sit-out powerbomb. Beautiful deadlift powerbomb by Brian Knight. Phoenix now got him up and puts him down. Uh-oh, Phoenix Rising nails his signature maneuver there out of nowhere. The Phoenix Rising nails it. But Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox dumps him right over his back there, looking to continue this match. And look at this, just taunts right to the crowd. Here in Toronto, the hometown hero, Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox, not looking so good as he finds himself on the shoulders of, the former Battle Royal champion, as he puts him down with From the Ashes, his finisher, going for the pin off that. 1, 2, and no. Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox once again to kick out and save himself from elimination here in the Nightmare World Cup. Brian Knight doesn't know what else he needs to hit. Perhaps that flying knee we've seen him hit before. Instead, Brian Knight takes it to the corner over and over with those multiple shots into the corner. Head first into the turnbuckle, and down goes Sweet Lips. But Sweet Lips may have his opening right here, as I don't know what he's doing. He looks like he's wrenching on the neck, or he's pulling the hair here of Brian Knight, and he's got him down now on his knees. And good Lord, Brian Knight, that's certainly, whatever that maneuver was, changed the tides of this matchup. Brian Knight now up against the ropes, eats a shot there by Sweet Lips. Sweet Lips flailing. Now missing with that second clothesline. Instead, Brian Knight now got him up in a patented maneuver here, looking right in front of the fans with that beautiful maneuver there. Spinning neck breaker out of the torture rack position, going for the pin off of that. 1, 2, and 3. And just like that, Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox goes down to that spinning neck breaker out of the torture rack position. Brian Knight, with that maneuver there, nails it and walks away the victor. Look at this beautiful double arm DDT, the Silent Night maneuver of Brian Knight. That signature maneuver, he was so close to the ropes. Then the first From the Ashes puts him down with that maneuver. Tries to get the pin out of that, but couldn't. Instead, look at that. The Phoenix Rising signature nails it. And another From the Ashes is what would put down, what we thought would put down Willie Wilcox. Instead, it was that spinning neck breaker out of the torture rack position, taking out Sweet Lips Willie Wilcox, as he is eliminated here in the Nightmare World Cup. Your winner here tonight, moving on to the next round, the Phoenix, Brian Knight. And now the next matchup coming up, as you can see our tournament board. Now we have the Husky taking on newcomer here with us, Draven Castle. So coming up next we have Husky Covington, he who wears the golden mask, taking on Draven Castle, newcomer here with us in Nightmare Championship Wrestling, trained in Scotland alongside Alex McNabb, now looking to make his official singles debut here with us in the land of the Nightmare. This, of course, is going to be for the Nightmare World Cup opening round here in Bracket 8. We're going to see who moves on to the semifinals. Will it be the Siberian Superwolf Husky, or will it be Scotland's own skyscraper, Draven Castle? We will find out if the Dark Castle has what it takes to get it done here and defeat Husky Covington, or will the Siberian Superwolf super kick his way to victory once again and take out Draven Castle? We will find out coming up next right here in singles competition. Husky Covington, Draven Castle, Nightmare World Cup 2018. And now, here we go, live here tonight from Tokyo, Japan, or excuse me, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, for episode 8 of the Nightmare World Cup. We got to find out who's the 8th man to make it into our Elite 8, the final bracket of the Nightmare World Cup. And here we go. First man making his way down to the ring for this singles competition. He is hailing from Siberia, the one, the only, the Siberian Super Wolf himself, Husky Covington. Husky Covington, of course, a master of that super kick. We've seen him use it so many times before. It's been a while since Husky Covington has really been in the mix for any championship, rather. But still, a great talent here to have with us here in the land of the Nightmare. Husky Covington, definitely been a member since 2015, challenging for the High Flyers title way back when. Now, Husky Covington still with us in the land of the Nightmare till this day, here tonight, looking to see how he fares along with 64 other men in this Nightmare World Cup. The Siberian Super Wolf definitely taking a turn for the worse, if you ask the fans, ever since he donned the mantle of that golden mask. Certainly been that of a different breed. Now, here tonight, Husky Covington, whether you love him or hate him, he will be competing here in the Nightmare World Cup against this man, making his way down to the ring. His opponent, making, I believe, his official NCW singles debut here with us. Nonetheless, here he is, the one and only, finally. Man coming from Scotland, training with Alex McNabb, and now entering the land of the Nightmare. Here he is, the one and only Draven Castle. So Draven Castle here with us here tonight in the land of the Nightmare, looking to walk away with a victory here in singles competition. We're going to see how he fares here in this setting, the Nightmare World Cup. Draven Castle been training for a while in Scotland, and now finally coming out here with us, making his official singles debut here in the Nightmare World Cup. We haven't seen him really at all in singles matches, so we don't know how he will fare. We've seen him in a couple battle royals since he signed, but of course this is his official singles debut. Now, Draven Castle, here tonight, here with us, in the land of the Nightmare. And we're going to see how the Dark Castle handles this matchup here in the land of the Nightmares. As I've said, this is his debut in singles competition. We don't really know what to expect. I'm sure we'll all learn together about Draven Castle as his career progresses here in the land of the Nightmare. Here he is, Draven Castle. So here we go. Husky Covington, Draven Castle. Newcomer here to NCW versus a man who's been here since 2015. The bell is sounded, and here we go. German Super... No, instead, just a belly flop there out of the rear waist lock on Husky Covington. Looking to show off. Oh, his German suplex there, Husky Covington. Beautiful maneuver there by the Siberian Super Wolf, and he is looking to go to work here on Draven Castle. Picking up his opponent here. Castle in a bad way. Got him up with the animal cruelty brainbuster there. Husky Covington. And look at that, popping right back up is Draven Castle face to face now with the Siberian Super Wolf. Throws him into the ropes, and look out, looking for a big time slam, but instead can't find his footing. Now throws him into the ropes, and an awesome, nasty drop kick there by the Siberian Super Wolf. He is in control here of Draven Castle. And a DDT there on Draven. Down goes this big rookie here. Draven now, lifted to his feet only to find a knee to the face there. Look out, in trouble once again. Another animal cruelty brainbuster. Down goes Draven Castle once again. And Husky Covington is in control of this rookie, but look out. A Thez press out of nowhere, and Castle doing what he has to do to stay in this matchup. The Dark Castle now trying to find an opening here for momentum. Now just over and over, stomping a mud hole in. Oh, and look at this, going for the neck breaker there, diving right over his opponent, missing Husky Covington cleanly. Now Husky Covington with a reversal there. Now the Siberian Super Wolf looking to go to work here. Went for something there, but instead Castle locking him up and double underhooks. Got him up. No. Rolling over the shoulder into an arm drag there. Nice reversal by Husky Covington. Now picking up Draven Castle. Draven now in a bad way here. Oh, and another animal cruelty brainbuster. Husky Covington now calling for perhaps the end here. Super kick. Siberian super kick there by the Siberian Super Wolf. Going for the pin off that 1, 2, and no. Shoulder up here by Draven Castle. You would think with all the training he does with Alex McNabb that super kick could have been reversed, but not today. Look out. Draven Castle in a bad way as he finds himself on the shoulders of Husky Covington, who drops him down with that guillotine throat-crushing maneuver there. Now Husky heading to the top rope, looking to fly with an elbow drop, dropping it in the black heart of Draven Castle. Now going for a pin here, 1, and only a 1 count after that elbow drop off the top rope by Husky. Husky Covington now throws Draven Castle into the corner here, and Husky Covington looking for something big here. Uh-oh. What has he got planned here? Look at this. The Siberian Super Wolf, the strength of this young man, nailing a beautiful animal cruelty brainbuster of sorts, a modified version, looking more like a falcon arrow from the deadlift position from the outside of the apron to the inside. Beautiful maneuver there by Husky Covington. Draven now trying to get pumped up here, going for a big-time slam. And another big-time crashing maneuver. Got him up, slams him right down with that power slam. Draven Castle is feeling it here. And this Scottish Warrior is going off. Look out. Throws him over his shoulders there. The Scottish Skyscraper is looking to annihilate Husky Covington now. Draven Castle now going for something, but Husky Covington with a much-needed fireman's carry reversal there. Spinning back fist by Husky Covington now. These men throwing shots Nice strong strikes here by the Siberian Superwolf Husky. Doing what he's got to do, picking it up once again for a single underhook. Brainbuster, a modified animal cruelty brainbuster once again by Husky Covington. He is attacking the head and neck area, no doubt, to take out Draven Castle with that super kick. But now Husky going all the way to the top rope here. Got him up once again for an animal cruelty brainbuster into the turnbuckle this time. Husky Covington sticking to the moves that brought him to the dance. And now, look at Husky Covington tune up the band. It is not looking good for Draven Castle, looking to bring down the castle, and he does with that beautiful Siberian super kick there. Castle goes down, pinfall 1, 2, and no, Draven Castle to get a shoulder up and continue this matchup. I cannot believe it. Husky Covington and Draven Castle giving it all they got here in this matchup. Husky Covington looks like he's looking perhaps for another super kick out of the corner, but instead Draven now getting to one knee right in front of Husky Covington. Now, oh, and he waits till he rises only to hit him with the Siberian super kick by Husky Covington, dragging him now to the center of the ring. Draven Castle may be out. 1, 2, and 3, and just like that, Draven Castle goes down to the Siberian Superwolf. He who wears the golden mask looks to claim the Golden Cup as he moves on here in the Nightmare World Cup. Congratulations to veteran Husky Covington, walking away with the victory, showcasing his skills and his abilities here, withstanding the onslaught of the big Scott Draven Castle. But at the end of the day, Draven Castle goes down to the Siberian Superwolf Husky Covington. Wow. Husky Covington super kicking his way to glory here tonight and staying in the Nightmare World Cup, eliminating the Scottish skyscraper of Draven Castle. Congratulations to Husky Covington on winning this matchup here tonight and moving on in the Nightmare World Cup. Now, fans, coming up next, as you heard before, this will be under Kazarian rules here tonight, as we have Chris Kazarian taking on Mike YZ under Kazarian rules in the Nightmare World Cup tournament. This is the opening match for both men here in bracket 8 of the Nightmare World Cup. All right, so coming up next, we have the next matchup. It is under Kazarian rules, Chris Kazarian versus Mike YZ. Right here, under Kazarian rules, and my former multiple time, I think it's 5 or 6 NCW Hardcore Championships, along with his total Hardcore Championships in his career. I believe it's like 7. Nonetheless, he's got 5 NCW Hardcore Championships here with us. And here tonight, he takes on Chris Kazarian, a guy who wants to enter the NCW division. So we'll see how he fares and how things will go here in this matchup as he takes on Hall of Famer Mike YZ, the ultimate extremist, the hardcore icon here tonight. Hall of Famer Mike YZ versus Chris Kazarian under Kazarian rules. Right here in the Nightmare World Cup, match 3 of the opening round in bracket 8. So, right here tonight, live from Toronto in episode 8 here for the Nightmare World Cup. Here we go. The first competitor making his way down to the ring here for Kazarian Rules. Kazarian Rules in effect here for the Nightmare World Cup. This is the first time that we've had the rules actually changed in a Nightmare World Cup matchup. We've seen a lot of matchups happen. No championships have taken place. No championship matches, rather, have taken place thus far in the tournament, and they've ruled to my knowledge. Let's, here we go. Next man, making his way down to the ring, former HCW Extreme Champion in his own right. Never won a championship here with us in NCW, but perhaps looking to change his ways. Perhaps if he gets drafted to Mayhem, as word is that the hardcore title will get drafted to Mayhem. Perhaps Chris Kazarian making the jump over to Mayhem and challenging for that title could change his stars. You never know. Right now he's competing predominantly on live wire, but maybe he can make the jump during the draft. Only time will tell. But for right now, here we go. So here we go. His opponent now making his way down to the ring, NCW Hall of Famer Mike YZ. Mike YZ, of course, a Hall of Famer here with us in Nightmare Championship Wrestling. Great entity here in the land of the Nightmare. And now, here tonight, ready to go for NCW. Mike YZ, a former 5-time NCW Hardcore Champion / TXW Hardcore Champion. We slash NCW Extreme Champion. He's held all those titles. Nonetheless, here tonight, here with us, under Kazarian rules. Now remember, this is pinfall, counts anywhere, no count out, I believe. Weapons are definitely encouraged, not only involved, and knockout is also in effect. You can knock out your opponent in this matchup as well. It's Chris Kazarian versus Mike YZ under Kazarian rules. Here we go. And the matchup taking place now. Look out. Got him up for what looks like an Alabama slam is the first matchup he pulled, first move he pulls out in this matchup. Now Chris Kazarian in control of Mike YZ, and look out, down goes the Hall of Famer here in this matchup early. Chris Kazarian now looking to turn him around here, and now got him locked up. Good Lord, what a single underhook. Half Nelson suplex. Overhead suplex, and down goes Mike YZ. It is not looking good. Neither man going after a weapon thus far, as this is going to be, looks like the only matchup without that will allow weapon usage here. And now Mike YZ moving to the outside, and look at this, the veteran, the hardcore legend himself, going after a weapon first, as we knew he would. Kazarian now, comes right to the outside into a chair shot there by Mike YZ. And look at this, Mike YZ taking the chair over and over to his opponent, Chris Kazarian. Not looking so hot here, but he's looking like he wants to fight back. A hammerlock overhead suplex there. Front face lock suplex mixed with a hammerlock. Nice maneuver there by Kazarian. And Kazarian throwing Mike YZ into the announce table, and then look at that. Ocean neck breaker there, launching him up in the air from the deadlift position and then putting him down with that neck breaker. Now, last time we saw Chris Kazarian in a Kazarian rules match, he lost to Zangar Vanu, but look at this. Oh, his signature there, putting down the hardcore icon, Mike YZ. The Extreme Legend now with a hellacious reversal, showing off his strong style knee, putting down Chris Kazarian. Both men trading strong strikes back and forth, and look at that, an arm wringer there. Does the job well. Mike YZ now throws Chris Kazarian across the arena. Now both men bouncing into each other. Mike YZ gets caught. Arm breaker there, and look at this, wrenching him back now. And look at this. Just working on the arms over and over is Chris Kazarian here. Nice technical ability on display. A nice elbow to the back of the head here. Kazarian now. Picking up Mike YZ. Look out. Kazarian kick. Puts down Mike YZ. Looks to go for the pinfall on the outside here and end it early. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Kazarian puts down Mike YZ under Kazarian rules. Wow. Mike YZ ducks that first kick but eats the next one there. The nice combination of Chris Kazarian cannot get away from the Kazarian kicks, and there it is. Bam. Headshot taken out. Mike YZ, let's see it from another angle now. Mike YZ goes down to the Kazarian kick. Went for the pinfall immediately after and walks away the victor here in this matchup, advancing to the next round in Nightmare World Cup, Chris Kazarian. Congratulations to Chris Kazarian here in his victory, advancing in the tournament here tonight. Okay. Alright, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, two men whose in-ring styles have certainly uh, been reminiscent of each other, if you will. Nonetheless, a man who's been a member of the NCW roster since 2009, Rage. Longtime veteran with us. You can check him out on the old episodes, the Vault episodes, if you will. We'll definitely have Rage matches up there. Nonetheless, and then he'll be taking on the Demon of the Deep, Alistar. Now, Alistar, a man who's undefeated at 3-0 at that event. He kind of took up the mantle of NCW's monster for a long time the last couple years. And Rage has not really been around as much. You've seen him from time to time. He had an awesome rivalry with Ian Gray. Ian Gray, actually the leader of where Alistar is a member of. Nonetheless, here tonight, Rage and Alistar, two men that have been some championship throughout its history, never really met one on one. And now, here tonight, in the final two men, number 63 and number 64, here in the 64-man Nightmare World Cup tournament, meeting in the first round, the returning Rage goes up against the Demon of the Deep, Alistar. So here we go. Rage, been in NCW for damn near a decade. Alistar, been the monster, the demon. They don't call him the Demon of the Deep for the no reason, ladies and gentlemen. You better believe that. Alistar, here he is. Man who terrorized the 2015 roster, showing everyone that he was the baddest man on the roster back then, and he has been at the top ever since then, highly regarded. But right now, he's infected, meaning he's not in control of himself. Ian Gray actually is the man responsible for the actions as of late of Alistar. Alistar and Grimshawn Samuels, former tag team champions. Much like Rage, Rage is a former tag team champion. One of the first men to ever win the tag titles with two different teams, as a matter of fact. Rage and Soulless, of course, won them back in 2015. Nonetheless, here tonight, Alistar on his way down to the ring to face the monster known as Rage. Alistar here, been with us since 2015, been putting down many men here in his long tenure here with us. We've seen the battles between him and Sean Samuels back in 2015. The battles he and Ryan McCartney had. The battles that Alistar has just been in multiple man matches. He never gets hurt. He never gets tired. He keeps on going, and he has truly earned his name as the Demon of the Deep. And now his opponent making his way down to the ring, returning to singles competition. Here he is, Rage. Rage, a former New Generation champion, former tag team champion with the Skull King, has recently reunited. He and the Skull King's group from back in 2009 to 2010, that being the Empire. Nonetheless, the Skull King and Alistar, the Skull King and Alistar have had their battles in the past, but Rage now returning to full-time competition. Here he is, and look out. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hellfighter is back. Here we go. Rage, one-on-one with Alistar. This matchup is underway. And look out, Alistar starting it out, and good lord, Rage is nearly the same size as Alistar. You don't find too many people the same size as Alistar, but these two men staring eye to eye here in this matchup. And Rage with a boot right to the face. We've seen him go at it before with the likes of the Skull King, Cody Ford, Alex McNabb. Rage, an old-time veteran here with us in NCW, looking to take it to the Demon of the Deep, Alistar. And now Rage dropping that beautiful leg drop there, in control here of the Demon of the Deep, and it ain't looking good here for Alistar in the opening moments. Oh man, and he puts down Rage puts down Alistar there with those clubbing blows. This a historic matchup between two men who have been regarded as the monsters of NCW all throughout the history, and good lord, this time going full effect with the sliding drop kick there to the face by Rage. Rage showing off. Oh, and look at that, Rage just powering down Alistar. Alistar has never been powered down like that before, and look at that, Rage just lifted up and put down with ease. Now Alistar looking to mount a comeback here on the Demon of the Deep, and look out, big time boot there by the Demon of the Deep, Alistar. Now face to face with Rage. Elbow to the back of the head, going for something there. Oh, look at that, Rage caught his fist and then slapped him right in the chest. Got him up now, big time power slam there by Rage. Patented maneuver by Rage with that power slam. We've seen him hit that so many times before, and just like that, he shuts down the Demon of the Deep, and Alistar ain't been able to recover since that maneuver there. Now, got Alistar up. Power bomb there. A falling power bomb to Alistar. And this ain't looking good, ladies and gentlemen, for the Demon of the Deep. Rage fully showing everyone that he is back. Good lord, what a spine buster there. Just dismantling the Demon of the Deep. Alistar is not looking good here. Begging Alistar now to his feet. Alistar, eats a clothesline off the top rope, and look out, Rage is on fire here. Rage now gets reversed, big time shot to the gut and a much needed reversal, and now back to that flatliner maneuver, sticking to what brought him to the dance here. And Alistar now, I don't know what that is, some sort of darkness prayer perhaps, calling for Ian Gray to give him more power to take on Rage here. And now firing back with multiple shots here is the Demon of the Deep, Alistar, now throwing Rage into the corner. Big time smash there by Alistar. Alistar now dumping him face first into the corner. Hits the ropes and comes back. Big time, big boot. Hits the ropes and comes back again, and dropping the leg there. Taking them down. And now, he's got Rage by the throat here, and he's looking to choke slam Rage. A move that the choke slam Rage has used for many years. And look at that. Just choke slams him down into the ring and waits for him to move, because he knows this matchup is nowhere near done. Rage now making it to his feet with the help of Alistar. The Demon of the Deep has him up. Rage eats the eternal demise. Rage now looking to go. Oh my goodness, the rope break here by the Demon of the Deep, Alistar, as he went for the pin. Rage kicking out there due to the rope break, in this epic matchup between two of the all-time historic monsters in NCW will continue here in the Nightmare World Cup. Big time, big boot there by Rage, and Rage now calling for the choke slam. Got him by the throat here, ladies and gentlemen. Here it comes. Hellfire choke slam, and down goes Alistar. Rage going in for the pin. 1, 2, and no, the Demon of the Deep, Alistar, will keep his matchup alive here. Who will advance in the Nightmare World Cup? Will it be Rage? Will it be Alistar? Rage now, kicking the legs out kicking the legs out of Alistar and then dropping the leg there, leg drop. Now, Rage picking up Alistar here in this super heavyweights fight, and look at this, he's got a hold of his face with a hell of a claw there by Rage. Rage wrenching on that claw. Could he defeat him off this claw-like maneuver here? And he's out! Rage has put out the Demon of the Deep, Alistar, with some sort of a submission maneuver here. Oh my God. Rage takes out the Demon of the Deep, and a great showing by the return of the monster Rage. Hellfire and Brimstone personified here tonight. Rage takes out the Demon of the Deep. Alistar withstood the onslaught that Alistar had for the Demon of the Deep, but at the end of the day, old school beats new school and takes him out with that choke slam. He may have defeated the likes of Soulless at Oblivion 1 back in 2015, but here tonight, Rage defeating the Demon of the Deep, taking out Alistar and knocking him out of the tournament here in the first round. Wow, what a hell of a showing here between both men in the Nightmare World Cup, but only one man could advance here, and it was Rage. NCW's old school monster lives on. Wow, congratulations to Rage on advancing in the Nightmare World Cup. Four men: Husky Covington, Brian Knight, Chris Kazarian, and Rage. So we're going to see how these matchups fare. Chris Kazarian now being forced to fight under normal rules, as it were. Here we go. And now the next matchup coming up next, the semifinals of Bracket 8. We have Husky Covington and Brian Knight. So Husky Covington super kicking his way all the way to the semifinals, whereas Brian Knight using his conventional means as always, the master of the backbreaker, if you will, using those knees all in every form and fashion that he can. That being gutbusters, backbreakers, rib breakers, flying knees, strong style knees, you name it, he uses it. Brian Knight, the Phoenix, here tonight, looking to take on he who bears the golden mask, Husky Covington. It's the Siberian Super Wolf, is the Phoenix, coming up next here in the Nightmare World Cup. So here we go, Brian Knight, Husky Covington, Nightmare World Cup semifinals, bracket 8, and Brian Knight coming into play, and look at that, the knee breaker, or the rib breaker rather, coming into play as one of the first opening maneuvers of the matchup. This matchup is already well underway with the Husky. The Siberian Super Wolf not looking good as the Phoenix takes him to the ropes here, and he is just banging his head now out of the turnbuckle over and over again here. The Phoenix, Brian Knight, in complete control here. Look out. Springboard crossbody there to the back of Husky Covington, Brian Knight in complete control here in the opening moments of this matchup here. And now Husky Covington with a well-needed reversal here perhaps. Sets him, into the corner on the second rope here. Look out, Husky Covington, nice neck breaker. Dragging him out of the corner with that maneuver there. Husky now scissoring the head before finally nailing him with that 12-6 elbow straight to the top of the head there. That could have busted him open here in the opening moments, so you definitely don't want blood flying here. Look out, nice DDT by the Siberian Superwolf. And Husky with a springboard moonsault does not find its mark. Instead, the Phoenix rolling completely out of the way, now rolling into an air raid neck breaker. Nice air raid neck breaker there by former Battle Royal champion in his own right, Brian Knight. The longest reigning Battle Royal champion of all time, and with maneuvers like that, he kept the championship. Nice spinning neck breaker, and he's going for a pin off that here. One. No, only a one count there as Brian Knight and Husky Covington looking to finish this matchup out. Now the Phoenix, Brian Knight, lifting him to his feet. The Siberian Superwolf in trouble. Silent Knight connects. Double arm DDT, signature maneuver there of Brian Knight. The Phoenix now dragging him away from the ropes, going for the pin here on Husky Covington. 1, 2, and no. Only a 2 count as Brian Knight cannot believe it. This matchup will continue here between the Siberian Superwolf and the Phoenix. And now, the Phoenix, Brian Knight, got him in a bad way here. Got him up on his shoulders here. Look out from the ashes. Lands his beautiful finisher there, going for the pin. 1, 2, no. Husky Covington, the resiliency of he who wears the golden mask, stays in this matchup here. Brian Knight, member of the Syndicate. Phoenix here in control. Looks like he's got him up on his shoulders here, walking him to the ropes and guillotines him, dropping him throat first onto the ropes there, and down goes Husky Covington. Husky now with a reversal of that Irish whip, throws him over the ropes and then a spear through the ropes, knocking him to the floor. Husky following him now to the outside. Covington now throws him in the ring, and now Husky looking to go after Brian Knight. Nice forearm shot there to the Phoenix. But the Phoenix seems like he's not dazed. Instead, throws him into the corner here. Now taking him to the top turnbuckle, looking for some sort of an avalanche-like maneuver here. Avalanche DDT as he drills him neck first into the mat. That could have changed the whole polarity of this matchup. Going for the pin here. 1, 2, and no. I thought it was going to be over right there, taking him out with that DDT. That of a form of a Silent Night DDT, if you will, off that avalanche maneuver. And look out, Phoenix rising, drops down the Siberian Superwolf Husky. And now the Phoenix, Brian Knight, member of the Syndicate, trying to get the people behind him here in this matchup. Husky Covington here in the semifinals, trying to battle him off. Look out, a flying knee to the back of the head there. The strong style on display by the Phoenix, Brian Knight. And now drops one hell of an elbow drop afterwards. Brian Knight in control, but the Siberian Superwolf Husky not giving up, as there you can see a beautiful dragon screw knee breaker there. Beautiful maneuver. And look out, super kick finds its mark. Nobody was ready for that as it was out of nowhere, putting him down with that 1, 2, and no. Brian Knight getting a shoulder up, kicking out of the Siberian super kick as it looked like it was over, but Husky cannot in the matchup off of that. Instead, now going to the second rope after the failed pin attempt, begging Brian Knight to his feet here. Brian now, dives out of the way of that diving forearm smash. And now snapmare there by Husky Covington. A rear chin lock, perhaps looking to slow the pace down here of the Phoenix, Brian Knight. Brian Knight and the Siberian Superwolf, both been members of NCW for over a year. Siberian Superwolf has been here since 2015 with beautiful maneuvers like that ever since then. Awesome drop kick by him, and he's going for the pin off that one and only a 1 count. Brian Knight, of course, the Rookie of the Year 2017. Now in his sophomore season, believe it or not, the Phoenix Brian Knight gets spun around here by Husky Covington. Husky got him up. Nice face plant. Beautiful face buster there. Falling switchback face buster by Husky Covington. Husky now looking to rise Brian Knight to his feet. Ooh, nice kick to the gut as soon as he turns around. Look out. Dumps him over his back for the nice reversal there by the Phoenix Brian Knight. Now, Brian Knight in complete control here. Look out. Beautiful maneuver there by Brian Knight. We've seen him use maneuvers like that in the past, and here tonight with that awesome maneuver. Now following up with the knee. Oh, the knee drop. He went for the knee drop, but he could not nail it there. Instead, Siberian Superwolf Husky right here in front of him turns him around inside outwards with that neck breaker there. Husky backing off to the corner, and you know what he's tuning up for here, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Knight, a member of the Syndicate, looking bad here. The Phoenix goes down to the super kick. Siberian super kick landed there by the Husky. Covington going for the pin on that on Brian Knight. 2 and no, a shoulder up once again as this matchup will continue. This semifinals matchup in bracket 8, only one man can move on to the Elite 8 here. At the end of this episode, we will find out who that man is. For right now, Brian Knight not looking so hot as Husky Covington bringing in the striking offense here to his downed opponent, doing whatever he's got to do to stay in control here tonight. Nice leg breaker there. Husky Covington now switching his offense up here. Back and forth here with Brian Knight. Brian Knight now after that chop comes up, and look out, reversing the knee, the flying knee there by Brian Knight. Throws him into the corner, and referee Jeff Bobcat is down here, ladies and gentlemen. Will either man capitalize on this, perhaps looking to infiltrate a weapon into the mix? Nonetheless, the referee is back up to his feet now, and look out, Husky Covington looking to go for a big-time backbreaker there. Beautiful maneuver into the turnbuckles by Husky Covington. Awesome showing there by the former television champion in his own right. Look out, going for the pin. 2 and 3, and just like that, Husky Covington walks away your victor here in the semifinals, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Siberian Superwolf gets it done here, utilizing his super kick. Of course, not the move he won off of, I believe, but nonetheless, getting the matchup done here, walking away your victor, Husky Covington. Husky Covington could use this tournament as a launching pad to revitalize his career. Ever since donning the golden mask, he has certainly been doing better here with us in the land of the Nightmare. Will it continue as he continues on into the next round of the Nightmare World Cup? Here we go, your winner here once again, ladies and gentlemen, and moving on to the finals of bracket 8, the one and only Husky Covington. Congratulations to Husky Covington in continuing his reign here, moving on in the Nightmare World Cup. Moving on to the finals of bracket 8, the Siberian Superwolf, Husky Covington. Congratulations to him. All right. And the next matchup, here we go in the semifinals of Bracket 8. We find out who will move on to Bracket 8 and meet our last winner. And now, here we go. It is Chris Kazarian, a man who won under his own rule set against an NCW Hall of Famer. Now go another Hall of Famer in NCW's own Rage. The monster in his return here with us tonight in the Nightmare World Cup. And now it comes down to himself and Chris Kazarian to see who will move on to the finals here tonight and face Husky Covington. The Siberian Super Wolf can only meet one man. Who will it be? Will it be Chris Kazarian or will it be Rage? Right here tonight in the Nightmare World Cup. Bracket 8 semifinals. Let's find out who's going to the main event of this episode. Here we go. Chris Kazarian and Rage. Looks like they are face to face, and good Lord, look at the size difference between these two men. Rage now looking to go to work here as he notices that this is time to clock in and go to work. Here we go. Rage taking it to Chris Kazarian here. Last time we saw Rage, he actually choked out. He put his opponent to sleep of sorts. Ended up ending the matchup off of some sort of a face claw-like maneuver. Either way, Chris Kazarian definitely got to be mindful of that. Doesn't want his hands anywhere near his head, but you better believe that. Rage is all about putting his hands on folks. And here he comes. Rage now with a rear chin lock. Going after Chris Kazarian here. And now Rage getting reversed there. Oh, look at this. A beautiful rocker dropper reversal there by Rage. Or excuse me, by Kazarian on Rage. And now Kazarian looking to prove himself in Nightmare Championship Wrestling here in the semifinals. Looks to be springboarding into the ring here. Beautiful flying knee, catching Rage on the temple. And back in Rage's prime, he didn't have maneuvers like that he had to defend against. Not too many flew back then. And if they did, they didn't have the athleticism, of a Chris Kazarian. Good Lord, a big boot there by Chris Kazarian. Now in complete control here, the former New Generation champion of his own right. Now getting a reversal here is Rage. Rage now, big time, clubbing blows here, knocks down Chris Kazarian. Kazarian now looking to go lay it down in a corner here of sorts. Now getting turned upside down here in the Tree of Woe. And look at this, boot to the throat here by Rage. He is all over Chris Kazarian here in the opening moments. Kazarian now picked up by Rage, all the way in the air, put down by Chris Kazarian. Or excuse me, by Rage. Rage gets put down, or Rage puts down Chris Kazarian and then blatantly choking him right there in front of the referee again. Senior referee Jeff Bobcat. Been seeing a lot of Rage throughout his career here. Now, oh, look at this, trying to knock the big man down. Cannot even get him off his feet here. Instead, turning him around and now got him up in the torture rack here. Good Lord. Spinning him around into a beautiful torture rack bomb by Kazarian. The innovative offense of Kazarian coming into play here. He took out Hall of Famer Mike YZ to end up in the semifinals here in Bracket 8. And now he's picking apart. Oh, the return of Rage. Rage now going after it here. Nice arm drag there to get away from Kazarian to cause a little separation, but Kazarian with a big time shot to the gut there. These two now face to face with each other here, staring off at each other. And apparently they are glitched. Okay then. Okay. Well then, apparently they're going to stare at each other until they get a rematch, restart of a match. So yeah, I guess that's what happens. Here we go. Rage and Kazarian now restarting their match. Big Monster Rage, of course, returning to NCW. Haven't seen him in quite some time here since he lost his mask in a rivalry against Ian. And now, look out. Oh, shoulder first into the post, looking to pick up where he left off, Kazarian, before getting the match restart here. And now, Kazarian taking it to Rage here, but Rage don't give a damn. Look at this, going back to the clubbing blows here and knocks Kazarian out of his boots near about. Now, Rage going into that Boston Crab. We've seen him use that in the past. Now, what is Rage looking for here? Going up to the second rope here. Rage begging Chris Kazarian to get up, and he's showing that he can fly with a beautiful double axe handle there to the top of the head. And now look out, he's got a hold of his head here, perhaps looking to choke him out again. Looking to choke out Kazarian as well as what he did to the Demon of the Deep earlier in the tournament. Now throws him into the ropes and has a big boot waiting for him as soon as he comes back. Drops the leg drop immediately after, making Hulk Hogan proud. Rage now. Looking for something here. No, instead, big time reversal. And look at this yet again, going back to that rocker dropper like maneuver there by Chris Kazarian. Chris Kazarian and Rage here. Looking to go at it here. Look out. Ooh, nice swanton maneuver, but it missed on Rage. Now, continuing the bout here with the Hall of Famer. And look out, Rage goes down. Chris Kazarian in control here. Kazarian, of course, a former HCW Extreme Champion in his own right. And look out, Kazarian going back to work, laying down. Rage here. Rage now. Getting pinned. 1, 2, and no. Rage having enough left in the tank to stay in the matchup here. Chris Kazarian cannot believe it as this matchup will continue, and Kazarian says, I got a kick for you. Watch this. Got a hold of Rage on his shoulders here, and look out, launching Kazarian kick. Down goes Rage. Going for the pin on the legend after that. 1, 2, and 3. And down goes Rage, ladies and gentlemen. That means we have made it to figure out who is in our finals. Here of Bracket 8, Chris Kazarian takes down the Monster Rage. Rage didn't even get a chance to get a chokeslam off in that entire exchange, even when the match was restarted. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight, Chris Kazarian, walks away your victor as Rage gets put down with this maneuver here, the Kazarian kick. Down goes Rage, and Kazarian moves on the victor here in this, the Nightmare World Cup. Congratulations to that man, your winner here tonight, Chris Kazarian. Chris Kazarian winning under Kazarian rules and then moving on to defeat Rage, which now lands him in the finals of the Nightmare World Cup, Episode 8, Bracket 8. Here we go. So here we go. Coming up next, fans, we have our main event of Episode 8 here in the Nightmare World Cup. Now, we will be doing another Nightmare World Cup before we do the finals. The finals will be Episode 10 of the Nightmare World Cup, whereas Episode 9 will be more or less a little bit of a showdown between all that'll be involved in that awesome event. But for right now, here we go. We're going to find the other 7 men that have already advanced into the Elite 8, that being Josh Omega, Danny Harris, Jay Constanelli, Chris Hardcore, Aaron the Destroyer, Grim, Sean Samuels, Savage, and now we will find out who will be the 8th man to join those 7 in the Nightmare World Cup. Will it be he who dons the mantle of the Golden Mask, or will it be Chris Kazarian? The hardcore mental state of Chris Kazarian taking on the Siberian Superwolf right here tonight in the finals of this, the Nightmare World Cup Bracket 8. We find out who moves on to the Elite 8 here in the Nightmare World Cup. And look at that, both men trading blows or trading suplexes and awesome maneuvers back and forth between Chris Kazarian and Husky. Husky Covington, the Siberian Superwolf. And now Chris Kazarian in control here. Look at this, wrenching on the arm, and he is not done. As we have seen, he has multiple maneuvers out of this. Awesome chain wrestling there, using the arm and breaking it apart, or at least trying to, is Chris Kazarian. Now Kazarian in complete control, throws his opponent into the ropes and has a big boot waiting for him as soon as he turns around. Kazarian now in control of the Husky. Nice knee there to the face by Husky. Husky Covington now, getting a nice reversal there, a much needed reversal, and then running into an inside arm drag, taking down Chris Kazarian. Now, Kazarian gets thrown into the ropes and eats one of those beautiful missile drop kicks there that he had waiting for him as soon as he returned from that Irish whip rebound. And now trying to break that leg there of Kazarian, looking to take it back to him here. Siberian Superwolf. Got a hold of him. Brainbuster there. Down goes Kazarian with the Animal Cruelty Brainbuster. And this is not looking good already here. Look out. Got a hold of him again. Another Animal Cruelty Brainbuster. 2 in a row there by Husky. The Siberian Superwolf hitting his signature maneuvers back to back. Wow, he is all over Chris Kazarian here, and now perhaps this could be the end. Kazarian eats a Siberian super kick there, and Husky rolls into the pin, cradling the leg. 1, 2, and no, a shoulder up here by Chris Kazarian. Kazarian saving himself here as the tides were turned, and Husky Covington is remaining in this matchup here. Look out. Chris Kazarian with a much-needed reversal here to stay in the fight. Kazarian, a former HCW hardcore champion, Extreme champion in his own right. Oh, man. Puts down the Husky Covington. And now Husky in a bad way as Kazarian has Husky up and puts him down with the Kazarian kick. Shooting the half now and going for the pin after that. 1, 2, and no. Husky Covington ensuring that this matchup will continue. And now, look out. Kazarian with a beautiful swanton bomb off the second rope there. And now trying to get this crowd into the matchup, at least more so than what they are here for the finals of Bracket 8. And now kicking him in the gut. Here comes Kazarian. Got him up now walking around the ring with him with the buckle bomb ending there. Beautiful maneuver by Chris Kazarian. Now dragging Husky to the center of the ring here and looking to pick him apart piece by piece, stomping every extremity of Husky Covington, including his head as well. And now, look out, reversal there by Husky, planting him with a reverse DDT. Much needed maneuver there. Chris Kazarian here on the apron, trying to find his moment here. Look out, what is he doing here? Husky Covington now on the apron with Chris Kazarian. Both men now on the floor, taking their battle to the outside here in the finals of Episode 8 of the Nightmare World Cup. Who will be the final man to join the Elite 8 in the Nightmare World Cup? And now Husky Covington taking Chris Kazarian back to the center of the ring here. Husky Covington in control, throws him into the corner here. Husky now, look at this, swings him right through the ropes here and goes for another one of those neck breakers. We've seen him hit that or a variation of that maneuver in an earlier match earlier tonight. And now Husky Covington in complete control, throws him in the corner once again, but look out, gets drilled with a DDT by Chris Kazarian. Kazarian now looking for the opening here to go after. Look out. Oh, nice maneuver there. Good Lord, a power slam into a suplex there. What a maneuver by Chris Kazarian. Putting down Husky Covington, now going for the pin. 1, 2, and no. Only a 2 count. Husky Covington, the veteran here in this matchup, and the Nightmare World Cup stays in it. Went for a big-time kick and scores with that. Now face-to-face here. Look out. Husky, single underhook, brain buster there. The animal cruelty in effect here once again. Husky Covington backing off to the corner here, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is, tuning up the band, looking for yet another Siberian super kick, and he lands it flush on his opponent, going for the pin now. 1, 2, and no. Chris Kazarian to get a shoulder up and fight his heart out here. His resiliency well on display. And now, look out, going for a Phoenix Splash maneuver there, but to no avail. As Chris Kazarian in control here. Got a hold of Husky by the back of the neck here. Now look out. Modified choke slam, flapjacking him there nearly in the center of the ring. Husky in a bad way here. Kazarian now looking for that combination once again and puts down the Husky. And Chris Kazarian looking for ultimate disrespect. Super kick there to the Siberian Super Wolf Husky. Down he goes to his own finishing maneuver, busting him wide open. Now going for the pin off of that. 1, 2, 3. Husky goes down. Chris Kazarian wins here in the 8th bracket of the Nightmare World Cup. It come down between the Siberian Super Wolf and Chris Kazarian. Kazarian fought his heart out and at the end of the day prevails against the Siberian Super Wolf Husky. Covington goes down, and what do you know here, ladies and gentlemen? Chris Kazarian shows everybody that he has what it takes to advance in the Nightmare World Cup. That is an awesome way to end it here. Chris Kazarian walks away the victor here in the Nightmare World Cup Bracket 8. He is the 8th and final man to join the final bracket, the Elite 8. Chris Kazarian, Danny Harris, Josh Omega, Jay Constanelli, along with Chris Hardcore, Savage, Grimshawn Samuels, and Aaron the Destroyer, all make up the 8 men who are the Elite 8 to make it to the finals. That's all. Champion World Cup bracket 8, as you can see, Chris Kazarian of this bracket and moves on to the finals. Congratulations to him, and fans, we will catch you next time on Nightmare Championship Wrestling.